The judgment of others is a judgment of the self. This Buddhist parable runs deeper than one might think. In other words, it's stating that the same metric we use to measure others is the same metric we measure ourselves by. A warrior judges himself and others by their strength. A scholar judges himself and others by their mind. This reflects in their speech, as it's the standard they hold the world to. In this sense, one's words are truly a double-edged sword, because the same sword that we use to wage war will also cut us if we don't use it wisely. In my solitude, in the confines of my own mind, I began to peer into the essence of the world, and there the devil spoke to me. He told me he surpassed me in knowledge, wisdom, and cunning, but to beat him, I must simply look at what he can't hesitate to act on. The devil began to challenge me on every belief I had. My faith, my anchor, my bastion was tested. But in his delight, his anticipation, I noticed that there was a source in his words, an origin which was reflected in the emotionality he imposed on me. And so then, I surpassed him, not because I was smarter, wiser, or more cunning, but because I understood his heart, his will, and that gave me the power to banish him from my mind. That day, the devil taught me a valuable lesson. The mind is a battlefield where one value asserts its dominion over another. By realizing one, you're excluding another. Strategy is not a matter of arbitrary laws and logic, but a matter of recognizing will and direction. It is in the realm of ethics. All life wills itself towards what is good for it. So, if you recognize what someone's emotional disposition towards something is, you know what resource they are fighting for or the danger they are avoiding. And if you know what they value, you will always be a step ahead. Why is this the case? It is because only through recognizing constants can we interface with variables. Much like in an equation, people and the mind cannot move both left and right at the same time. The mind is beholden to the same rules as the body because the mind is the body. With this in mind, the mind, by default, has parameters by which it organizes itself toward a goal through the mechanisms of the body. To move towards something is to not move towards other things. This movement of the mind is what we call focus. By this principle, by merely thinking, we are ignoring another aspect of the world. And my friend, it is a motion that moves the mind, and the mind that moves the body.